Well, hello again, Instagrammers. This is Michael with yet another retro style review. Now, this one I've been meaning to review for a while. It's been out quite a few months now. And first of all, let's go to the main menu. Now, this one is called The Ninja Saviors. It's available on PS4 and I believe on the Xbox One as well. Now, again, I'm doing these recordings on the PS5. Now, first of all, for those of you that know your retro games, this is a title that was available on the Super Nintendo, and it is called, on that platform, Ninja Warriors Again. It's kind of like a sequel to the original Ninja Warriors arcade game. So, without further ado, let's give it a go. Now, first of all, there's been quite a few improvements to the Super Nintendo version. First of all, you've got 2 extra characters that you can unlock each time you play through the game and complete it. It's that one, Raiden, and this Yaksha. Now, personally, they're okay, but Yaksha's a bit better to play than Raiden. He's more lumbering. But the one I always choose is Ninja. He's still a bit slow, but he's very powerful, and he's got some very cool moves. Now, first of all, one of the main improvements is in the graphics department. It's still very faithful to the SNES version. Don't get me wrong, as you can see. But, for example, when the main character's standing still, his clothes are rippling. And they don't in the SNES version. So we've got some animation improvements. You've got a few levels added. You've got a few different areas added, a few different enemies, and well, the rest I won't spoil too much for you. But basically, you've got quite a few additions to make it more appetizing, and to warrant you buying the game again, even if you got it on the SNES. And it still looks better here anyway. The gameplay is very simple. Walk along, beat things up. You've got a very good variety of moves at your disposal. I mean, you've got the usual combo attacks, with Ninja in particular being my favorite because he wields the nunchakus, and the more you keep pressing the attack button, you do 2 punches, and then you do your nunchaku attacks. And while you're doing them, it also attacks enemies that are behind you as well. So if you're surrounded, don't worry about it. The nunchucks will take them out if they're behind you. You can also pick enemies up and throw them into things to destroy background objects, like so. The sound is very good. It was very good on the SNES as well, because, as you know, the SNES is a very powerful little machine. It's more powerful than the Mega Drive, although I think the more quality games came out on the Mega Drive. There are some classics. I mean, there are some classics on both consoles, but the Mega Drive had some incredible ones. And the odd one even looked better on the Mega Drive compared to the SNES, despite the fact that the SNES was the much more powerful console. Now, you've got 2 different types of music. You've got the original arcade, or you've got the Again mix, which of course is the one that's on the SNES. It's bloody good. And there he leaps to the next level, ready to do battle with some more very nasty people. And you've got a screen clearing move there. You've also got a couple of moves added as well compared to the SNES. So each character is blessed with a few more interesting moves. So all in all, this game's worth buying even if you're in the SNES version. Now we're coming up to our first boss fight here. Now the bosses can be rather challenging, but not to the point where they're stupidly frustrating, because they're not. They're just challenging. You have to find a way to beat them before they beat you. Sometimes it's luck. Let's see if we can get him before he gets me. And I have to be careful, because there are times when he'll beat you. And you got him. And there you have it. That's pretty much what Ninja Warriors again entails. It's again, it's very well priced. When it's not on sale, it's under £20. But if you enjoyed this game on the SNES, which I really did, I remember I played this game for the first time in Italy on the SNES, because I hired one out before I actually bought one. I wanted to see what it was like, so I did rent it out from my friend's shop, and one of the games was this one. And Final Fight 2, which I really enjoyed as well. But this is one of the better side-scrolling beat-em-ups. You know, there is one that I wish they would remaster and put it up on the PS4 network and the Xbox One, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. Batman Returns, the SNES version. What a magnificent game that is. There are a few games that match Streets of Rage, as in from number 2 onwards. There are few games that match it, but Batman Returns is one of them. It's really good. If only they'd remaster that one with graphics, you know, slight improvements on the main sprites and so on and so forth. It would be an amazing game. Get out of it. I'm still here. I've just gone quiet because you kind of get engrossed with pummeling your enemies here. Anyway, I could go on for a long time playing this game, so it's best we call it a day there. But if you haven't got it, get it. It's a must for all you scrolling beat-em-up fans out there, in particular retro games. You know where you stand with retro. That's all you can say. Ciao, ciao.